There are men and women that today are living with regret for the disillusion of their marriage. And I don't want you to be one of them. What's up, family? It's your girl, Samantha Lee, and I'm here, you guys, with yet another video for my new line of stuff that I'm doing called I've Got Something to Say. I've got something to say about this clip. So I did this for those who have not watched any other piece of my content. I did this particular genre on my platform because there are videos that I'm just facially reacting to. And I'm not responding, I'm not saying anything about it in the clip because I want the clip to play, I like the content. And so these videos are my way of being able to give you guys what my perspective is. Why did I post it? What do I actually feel about the content? Since you really don't know how I feel about it. Some of y'all may be thinking, well, you posted, Sam, you must agree with it. No, sometimes I post content in order for us to have a healthy dialogue about something that is happening in today's dating culture. And so anyway, it's besides the point. We have a new video that it's an older video of mine, but it's a new video to the I've Got Something to Say segment. And it's about a woman who is talking about and being open about why she decided in the past to divorce her husband. And so I think it was super interesting and I have a lot to say about it. So we're going to go ahead and play it. Before I do, I need you guys to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You've been enjoying the content. You've been liking what I'm saying. You've been vibing with the content and things like that. And I want you to be a part of Game Changer Nation. It's the fastest growing nation on YouTube, I think. Well, I'm just saying that, but in my personal opinion, we growing fast, family. And I want you guys to go ahead and be a part of us. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. I'm posting content almost daily, and I don't want you to miss a thing. I'm going live twice a week. I'm posting a long-form content once a week that's pre-recorded, and I don't want you to miss a thing. All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into the content that I've promised to cover today. Like I said, I titled it, This Woman Admits Why Her Biggest Mistake Was Divorcing Her Ex. And so we're going to talk about it, family. We're going to talk about it. So let me go ahead. Let's get it all the way together.
My husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's in sickness. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
Whew. Well, there's a lot to process here, family. A lot to process here. This is one of my most watched shorts. Over 3 million views at this point in time. And I understand why. Okay, so as we know, women are the filers for divorce, and we are the ones that make decisions. Well, no, we're not the ones who make decisions. We're the ones who tend to file, and we tend to make that decision. But I want to bring light to a part of it that we don't talk enough about, and that is the regret that women feel on the other side of filing. And that is exactly what this woman is talking about. She's saying, listen, I filed for certain reasons, and those reasons were superficial. Those reasons actually don't matter to me anymore. Those reasons, I can look back and say that was effing dumb. That's what I can look back and say about the decisions I made and why I made those decisions. And I thought that that was interesting to talk about because we do talk about the front end, but we don't talk about the back end. Now, that doesn't mean that sometimes divorce is necessary in certain situations. I'm not saying that it's not, but there are situations, you guys, where we have decided to pull the trigger on something like that, and it's not for the right reasons. And we can find ourselves in a world of regret because we decided to do something that may not have been the right move or the best move. Now, hindsight 2020, right? And so let's go into why she decided to actually divorce. So she's saying that she got a senior position. She had gotten her degree. She had started making more money than the man that she was with. And so she started to say, you know what? I started not respecting him. She's not saying she didn't respect him, but she's basically saying that as her career started to flourish, she started to see him as less and less than her. She actually put her hands up like this. And with that, she felt like, okay, well, if I'm growing in my career and he is not, then maybe I am better than him. And that's a really problematic approach that, you know, guys, we have to talk about. There's a lot of women that may be in a marriage where you may be the breadwinner. And when you get home, because you are the breadwinner, there's a lack of respect for your partner, or you're demonstrating that, you know, you make the decisions, you the head of household. And sometimes that works. If that's an arrangement you and your spouse are okay with, like I said, in the past, we have all these different rules that we say we should do, shouldn't do, but everybody's marriage is different. There's nuances to every relationship. And so if it works for you, it works for you. That's how I look at it. But we can't say that in every situation, the man should be the leader because maybe he's not the best leader. And as long as the woman is able to respect her man in that process, that's fine, as long as he feels respected. But in this situation, it seems like she could not respect a man that was not in a higher position than her in the professional business market. And I think that we see a lot of that on the internet where women are deciding that they're better than some of the men that they are dating or other suitors because of the fact that they out-earn them. And I want to bring into play that on the other side of what she's saying, she's also saying that she made a devastating mistake. That at this point in her life, she can look back and say that me valuing him at a lower place was a damaging mistake. And I will tell you why I probably think that she said that. I don't know. But as she got into the dating market and she started seeing how other men move, she started realizing the value of the man that she was with. And that happens to a lot of us. A lot of us get back into the dating world and we say, oh, you know what I had wasn't so bad. Now, some of us go back in dating market and it's like, whoo, golly, I can't believe I was dealing with that for so long. But then some go into the dating market. I would say most go back into the dating market and realize that whatever you felt was bad or wrong or terrible or you just couldn't deal with, you see that it's a whole lot worse on the other side, and you found out the hard way. And it sounds like this woman, from finding out the hard way, is utilizing her testimony to encourage women all over to see things a little different. That because a man makes less or more money than you does not make him less or more valuable. I think that really, when it comes down to it, family, it comes down to character. I thought that was the one thing that was missing from the entire conversation. We talked about men and their value and whether they're high or low value. I think the one thing we were not saying is a man's character. We talked a lot about how a woman's character made her high or low value, but a man's character was not a part of that conversation. It was just whether he had money, whether he had status, whether other people saw his status as well. When in all actuality, I think it really does come down to the character of that man. Because that's what will keep the relationship together. When the money doesn't go, how does that man treat you? What is your experience with him? And it seems like in her situation, this man treated her well because she's looking back and saying it was dumb to value him as less just simply because of his finances. So if it was just finances, we can assume that everything else was great. It was just the fact that he made a little bit less, or maybe significantly less, but he made less than her, and she saw him as less valuable. And you guys, when we look at numbers and we look at different things, as far as, real statistics and breakdowns of who makes what, and will this guy work? Will this guy makes this amount of money? Is he this? Or I don't want to date a guy that's not making as much as I am. We have to look at the fact that there's not a lot of guys making a certain amount of money. We just got to be real with ourselves, right? And if that is the case, then there has to be give and take on our part as to what we see as valuable, what we deem as being a possible suitor. I think a lot of our unrealistic expectations was keeping us single. I look at a lot at this point in my life, very much so. I look at character, the character of a man, and understanding that money it goes up and down, in and out. It's one of those things. But a man's character, his integrity, is he a man of God? Is he holding himself accountable to God? Those things, y'all, that's immeasurable. Those things, how a man conducts himself in his day-to-day life. Is money important? It will always be important in a world that is the currency. But is that more important than his character? I don't think so. Is it important? Yes, but it's not more important than his actual character. And I think that we have valued very superficial things in our world, which is why I think it is a broken world. We value, appearance over character. We value money over character, and it gets us messed up every time. The important thing is your experience with that man, his character, because hardworking can be a character trait. He may not make more than you, but he's a hardworking, ambitious man. And he treats you well, and he treats you with respect, and he values you, and he holds himself accountable to God, or whatever you're looking for. He may have those things. He may not be in the perfect little cookie cutter box that you thought he would come in, but he has the qualities that are appealing and attractive to you, because I don't think God goes against your attraction. I think that God will send you a partner that you are attracted to, but it may not be the box that you're expecting it to come in. And so I want to encourage the ladies on here today to look at things in a different perspective. If you're in a marriage right now and you're deciding that you don't want to be in that relationship, or you don't want to be married anymore, or whatever, because of finances, financial differences, he makes less, or maybe he came in making more and now you make more, and you think that it'd be better to just go out here and find you a guy that makes more than you, because that makes that, or you want status, or you want more of this, or you want more of the superficial stuff that comes with more money and more status. Y'all, that it's an empty well. It's an empty well. It's an empty well. If there are real issues and real disillusion and real, that's a different ball game. But when we're talking about just simply superficially, I think I can do better because I think I can get a guy that makes more money financially, or whatever that is, it's an empty well. I believe that, and the Bible talks about, if you do not get weary in well-doing, in due season, you will reap what you sow. And if you're sowing seed that is about superficial qualities like a dollar, if that is how you're living your life, is making decisions based upon a dollar versus your convictions, versus your spirituality, versus your moral compass, I feel like you're digging an empty well for yourself. And here this woman is on the other side of the decision that she made, expressing intense regret because she was digging into an empty well. And I appreciate her honesty. Not enough women are doing this. We got too much pride to say we regret some of the decisions that we've made. We have too much pride and we allow ourselves to get caught up, and then you put on this facade, and then there's other people that are watching you and saying, oh, well, because so-and-so is living well. I see her social media. I see how she posted. This must be the best option for me. Absolutely not. We need to be more real. There are women today that have filed for divorce and they absolutely regret the decision, because the decision that they made was either in a moment of emotion, or whether it was in a moment of superficial, just wanting more stuff, wanting a man that got more stuff, whatever that may be. You've got people out here that truly think that, and truly inside, when you take all the cameras out and you talk to them one-on-one, there is true regret, because they did not show up in a way that they should have in their actual marriage. And I want to let you know something. If you are watching this and you are in something and it's just not working, it's just superficial little things that are causing the disillusion, I'm asking you to try harder. I'm asking you to dig in. I'm letting you know that for a lot of people, the grass is not greener. That's what I'm letting you know. There are men and women that today are living with regret for the disillusion of their marriage. And I don't want you to be one of them. I want you to take heed to what I'm saying and what this woman is saying. I don't want you to be without regret. And for those who are married that are watching this, marriage is a serious covenant commitment. I think a lot of us have taken and thought about divorce in a very casual way. We want to be married. We want this commitment. We want to be married. Okay. But I also want you to know, I want you to really, really think about the responsibilities and the commitment that it requires of you. It's not this fast food culture that we live in. It's that long haul. It's that 5-star experience where it's a slower ride. It's a slow burn. It's not a fast food. It's not, I'm going to get my way. It's not Burger King, have it your way. It's not that. It's a lot of times sacrificing. It's a lot of times not being selfish, thinking about what somebody else wants over what you rather do or what you'd rather, whatever. It's about putting your needs to the side. Yes, putting your needs to the side in order to meet another person's need. It's speaking somebody else's love language that is different from yours. It's about validating and affirming and doing all the things that you may not want to do on a Monday. You may not want to do on a Wednesday. It may be apologizing when you don't want to apologize. It may be putting your ego to the side when you don't feel like putting your ego to the side. It's a lot of self-sacrifice, and we live in a very selfish culture, but we all want to get married, but we do not understand that a lot of times these marriages fall apart because we don't know how to put ourselves to the back burner. We don't know how to put somebody else's needs above our own, which is something that we all got to work on. I know I have had to work on it. That's the truth. We all we're built to meet our own needs. We're built to just look out for ourselves. But when it comes to a relationship, whether it's a long-term partnership, a marriage, any one of those things, it requires for you to step outside of self and consider another's needs over your own. And until our culture does a better job of that, we're going to continue to struggle in the area of marriage. We have this long-term quest for happiness. And here's the thing, happiness is a temporary feeling. You'll be happy one day, sad the next day, happiness is fleeting. We're on this quest for a very fleeting emotion. And so I share this content because I really, it resonated with me. And it's not a message that people have enough gall to admit, put their ego enough to the side to be able to say, hey, listen, I regret this. I regret making this decision. And I regret the reasons why. And I'm not going to allow my regret and my shame to keep my testimony bound. I'm still going to be bold enough to share. Why? Even though people are going to look at me crazy, even though people are going to talk about me, this is going to set somebody else free. This is going to shed a light on this that needs to be shed, because we continue to have the divorce rates that we do. And I don't want that to continue. I don't want that to continue. Not for myself, not for anybody. I don't want that to continue. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this content. This one was a good one for me. And I really rock with this woman. I don't know who she is, but I really rock with her for her honesty, because she's saying what a lot of women are afraid to say. And yeah, she took the hit for women that feel the way she feels, but that's a real one right there. So nothing but respect to her and her story. And I hope that we can learn from it, grow from it, and become better because of it. All right, y'all. Trust God, chase purpose, love people. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more content like this. I hope this resonated with your spirit like it did mine. I love you guys. See you soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.